Are we live? I think we're live. I'm running behind. Wake up, sleepyheads. Yes. Welcome to Wake Up Real Estate.
I'll be right back.
Tanya is already asking who's wearing green. I don't really have any green in my wardrobe, or very, very little. I maybe have like one green flannel. And just so you know, Ryan he ran off to grab a cup of coffee or something. He and I, as often happens, we hop on a couple of minutes early. We start chattering about the cool things that we're playing around with and working on and want to test, etc. And then, we end up running a minute or two behind. So good morning. Welcome to Wake Up Real Estate. It's Friday, which means it's Free Leads Friday. And we're going to be diving into using QR codes to generate free leads, which is kind of funny because we were talking about QR codes, Ryan and I, 10 or 12 years ago, way before anyone knew what the hell they were. And now one of the only things that have been good that have come out of COVID is people, is the ubiquitous, there's a big word for you on a Friday.
Ooh, yeah.
Ubiquitous use of QR codes. Like it's just become, naturally accepted medium. So good morning, Mark. Great arising to you, Winifred, Tanya. Hey. Blessings to you.
I love the great arising. It makes me
here today.
The great arising, Winifred, it just makes me it just lifts a little. It's so positive. I really like that.
I love it. Morning, Marcia. That's a new name. So thanks for commenting.
Marcia.
And Rising is using the new transparent filter. Yes, exactly. Okay. That was a joke. If you missed, he wasn't here for a couple of seconds at the very beginning. Okay. So it's Free Leads Friday. We're gonna do some. Ryan actually made a really cool resource that you'll all be able to download and use. But we're also going to talk about other ways and just kind of brainstorm ways that you can use QR codes, maybe in other marketing that you're doing or in other marketing that you could be doing to generate you free leads or more leads from marketing that you're already paying for, right? So it may be free additional leads from stuff you're already doing. And we'll do all of our normal stuff as well, the social post of the day, quick mortgage minute, etc. I have to say it's Marcia.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Marcia.
Marcia. Oh, Marcia.
Well, thank you for letting us know. I always worry, are we pronouncing
Marcia.
Yeah. Anyway, so I have to say very transparently, I said on the show yesterday that I was going to make a video tour with a talking head of the community that's being built in my backyard. And I didn't. But here's one. And I have something else to share, though.
Dude, right now, 10 push-ups.
I know. Well, yeah.
On screen.
I went to do it. I went to record it. And it's like there were dump trucks and it's got all kinds of stuff going on. And then by the time I got back to my house, because I spend most of from 4:30, 5 o'clock on till it's dark running kids around. By the time I got back, it was dark. So I will still do that for sure. But I didn't. What I did instead was, because I felt bad, is I did record just a regular talking head without a green screen video last night about specific for first-time buyers and just making them aware that you can qualify for FHA with as low as a 500 credit score at 10% down and 580 plus at 3.5%. So I'll show that maybe in the in our travels here. What do you got, Ryan?
Just a question of the day. Have you ever? This is a little kind of foreshadowing what we're gonna do later. Have you ever dropped flyers off at local businesses as a free way, Free Leads Friday way to generate leads and conversations? Is this something you've ever done? So instead of door knocking homeowners, have you door knocked businesses? So if you go to wakeup.real estate/question, you want to answer that or just comment down below. That'll help us out a bit.
Yeah. Winifred's shouting out 21 more subscribers. Winifred's keeping track better than we are. But that reminds me that I didn't remind all of you, if this is your first or your 30th time, the 30th show. I can't even believe it. Like, comment, subscribe, share with others in your office, and smash the bell to be notified of our new live session. 30 episodes in. It's hard to believe. But we're having a great time with this. and hope you are as well. And Winifred says, when doing open houses. So I think what she's saying is she has dropped off flyers at local businesses in close proximity to the open house, which I think is a
really good
idea, and is a way that you can leverage, or an idea around that you can leverage the general concept of some of the things that we'll be sharing here. Like full circle for you guys, you know it.
So do you have a social post? Maybe did you do a motivation post today?
I did, absolutely.
Can we just do that, because we have a lot of other stuff to cover, and I was going to show all I was going to do today, I didn't get around to it, was an open house post, which we did last Friday. Maybe you show your motivation and we'll move on to the next segment.
Okay, I'm not even going to share my screen. I'm going to make Ryan go and find it like he did yesterday.
Okay.
It's short and sweet. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going. There are more efficient ways to get places. Okay. There are more effective ways to get to an end result. But I cringe when I hear people asking for shortcuts, right? I don't know. Some of that may be semantics, I suppose. But the reality is the work is the work. The work is the work, Yes, you want to look for ways to be most effective and most efficient, but the work is the work, right? You got to put it in, and the work times time. That's how you get exponential results.
Oops.
The work times time.
So I put the motivation image on the motivation page on the website. I did that all for you live. You got to watch me do this on WordPress. I didn't realize I still was sharing the screen. But just a reminder,
this is how we get so much done. Full transparency, right? So our mortgage team, Ryan and I, the mortgage partnership that we're part of, they marvel at how fast we execute and implement. And sometimes it scares them. But listen, the world moves really fast. The world moves fast. And if you've got a good idea, one of my, I would say one of the first authors that had a major influence on me as an entrepreneur is Dan Kennedy.
Yeah.
And I know Ryan as well.
His time management book changed my life.
Time management.
Yeah.
Yep. He has so many great books. But one of the things that I remember, and I may not be directly attributing the quote or exactly how he said it, but money follows speed.
Yeah.
The faster you implement an idea and you can get feedback from the market, good, bad, or otherwise, the faster you can get to the money. And the money meaning like the winning process, right? It could be actual money, but like
you got to iterate. You got to fail faster, basically.
Exactly.
So guys, motivation images are on the site, just a reminder, and a lot of other good stuff on there as well. I always got to plug that, Josh.
Right on. Good stuff. What next?
So that was the social post of the day. What are mortgage rates doing? I think the markets are like crazy. The stock market and everything else are insane.
I didn't look today. Honestly.
Yeah, let's
so I don't know exactly. And I also my kids are off today. I have no idea why. I mean, I guess St. Patty's Day. Happy St. Patty's Day.
They got a drink today. They're going out drinking.
So, yeah, apparently. So my son, my oldest, is already out getting some extra BP before his scrimmage today. But I say that because I may have a child just randomly wandering in at some point during the show. Who knows?
So yeah, this is the last week or so. We are down around 6.38. So they really did drop the last week, mortgage rates. This is just my trading view chart of it. And in our normal, where's our normal little view here of daily mortgage? So they're up a little in the last day, but yeah, man, historically low in the 6s. So that's it for mortgage.
Always opportunity. And I'll tie in. I mentioned it at the beginning. I'll mention it again here. So the mortgage minute is, I just recorded a quick, less than 30-second video. You can find it on my TikTok, on my IG, on my Facebook, on my YouTube shorts, like my Josh Shanley EXP. So my local production. It's just a short little video that says, many first-time home buyers don't realize or don't know that you can buy a home with as little as 3.5% down, with a credit score of 580 plus, and with as little as 10% down with a credit score of 500 or better. And oh, by the way, you can use gift funds and grant money for your down payment. If you'd like more information, go ahead and comment below or check out the link in the profile. Simple.
Yep.
Simple,
And we
simple,
got a video you guys can all copy on the website under the videos section that basically talks about that and a few other ideas. So you could just upload to your socials if you want.
Yep, totally. Okay. QR codes.
QR codes.
Free leads.
Do you want to start with the business owner deals flyer?
Yeah, let's start there.
Let's start there.
So this is an idea. Hey, pulling back the curtain here. Ryan G chatted me this morning. Hey, it's Free Leads Friday, right? What do you got? And I was like, I don't know. There's any number of different things. And Ryan said, and I quote, something along the lines of, I had my dad pass out a bunch of these ugly flyers at local businesses, and it actually generated some leads. I was like, well, that sounds like something we should at least explore on some level. And then it got me thinking other ways to use QR codes and things that I've been using to test this. So let's start here, and then we could just kind of brainstorm other ways we can use QR codes in general.
Yeah, so this was I was consulting for a mortgage company a few years back, and my dad had just moved to the area. He's kind of retired, doesn't have much to do, and I was like, hey, he wanted to help me out, so we just made like a flyer. I think it was self-employed programs or something, and he probably dropped them off to 20 businesses, and I think we got 2 leads, and then of course he never did it again because it worked. But it did. I put it in the back of my head like, oh, this is something we should do. And way back in the day in Philadelphia, when I was much younger, probably 21, 22 years old, I used to drop my bobblehead business card holders off with a flyer with all the a list of foreclosures. And that worked really well and was probably the main driver of my business for a few months till I got too busy. So this concept and I don't know how well it can be seen on the site here, this concept of just making a flyer, I made a very ugly one, which I think will convert better because it's ugly. I made this in Canva.
Attention grabbing. It's a pattern interrupt.
Yeah. But this concept of basically offering a list of deals to existing business owners is kind of like, offering a business opportunity to people who are already entrepreneurs. So you're walking in the front door of, say, a pizza shop with something that you kind of know they're going to be interested in on some level. Real estate is the biggest business opportunity out there. So I just have my 727 real estate deals on there, linking to my KV Core landing page. Quick list of the bullet points of what types of properties they'll see. Scan to see the links now. That QR code, by the way, was generated tying in the QR code. I didn't know till this morning, till I Googled to see if it was possible. There is a QR code generation app in Canva.
Which is probably with their pro account.
Oh, might be.
Guess.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I mean, we'll go over free ways you can generate QR codes too. I'm going to share some things on that as well.
But this QR I actually built a separate landing page in KV Core that tracks the hashtag if this is scanned, because I just want to know where the scan comes from. Yeah. And then I put down at the bottom, this is kind of tying in the concept of co-marketing with a lender, whether it's us or somebody else. Yeah. I tied in an asset from our mortgage team, just a picture of the video, 5 creative financing options for self-employed business owners, which obviously the person getting this flyer is, and then they can scan to watch that video as well. And then I just put my info on here. Josh, what's missing from this flyer? I'm going to quiz you, and you might not, but what's missing that most agents would put on here?
Their headshot.
Yep. You got it. You could put your headshot on, but I think this is very focused on just delivering value.
If you do, okay, and this is not me just tooting my own horn per se, but if you do something with personality, don't put like the glamour shot. Like I use that goofy, my kids hate it. I think it's hilarious. I've got a hat on and I'm like, do something that will differentiate yourself versus the rest of the market, right? And stand out. Or just don't put anything at all, because people don't care. They only care about what's in it for them. Okay.
Tanya's right. I need to, for compliance reasons, put a little bit more. I just have the company name, but I'll probably put like the office number or address.
Yeah. So obviously include whatever you are required to include for your state or local disclosures, et cetera. And Anthony Anthony tuning in on LinkedIn. Thank you, buddy. Anthony is an EXP agent in Arizona. I can't remember exactly where. I don't think it's Phoenix, but maybe it is. Anyway, that the QR code is available in the free version. So that's awesome. We just weren't sure. Or I just wasn't sure. So this is actually giving me, so my oldest will have his license, God willing.
His real estate license, right?
No, well, maybe that's next, but he'll have his driver's license in about 2 months. And this might be something that I have him spend an hour a week doing, dropping off flyers at local businesses.
Perfect thing to have.
I'll give you some gas money if you go drop these off. Or maybe I'll just have a folder in his car. Like anytime you pass a business, just pop in, and for each one you drop off, I'll give you, I don't know, $5 or something like that. Figure out some way to do that. What, Sam? She went to, I told you, at some point somebody was going to come ask me. Jeez.
So while Josh talks to his kid there, the template for this flyer is available on Canva. It's on the website under the templates link, and you'll see Ugly Real Estate Deals flyer. And you guys can just go into Canva, and you'll have mine, and you can swap everything out if you want. But this concept, I mean, you could design this yourself. I'll just share, Josh, the I had a little fun. You see the drawing thing here?
Yeah.
I thought it was fun. There's this like draw. This might also be a pro. I don't know. But I thought that was kind of cool. I learned something new on Canva today. You can like click
it's another like pattern interrupt. Like it caught my eye. That was the thing that caught my eye as almost as soon as anything was that. Right. So
and I wanted to draw
eyes in.
I wanted to draw attention to the mortgage part because I know that this is compelling enough up here, but I didn't want to skip this. So that's what the red lines are about.
Tanya says, Ryan, that QR code takes to a landing page, not a squeeze page. Correct. Question mark. How'd you add a video and additional area to add email for home value? That's all in there.
How did you add a video? I'm not sure where the video was. I might be missing that. I'm not understanding the question.
So the QR codes go to two different places. The purple one is a KV Core landing page.
Yeah.
The bottom QR code is not on KV Core.
No.
Yeah.
That goes here. But you guys we're going to give you access to this page. You have access to the video in the members area in Wake Up Real Estate now. But this page is actually currently usable by anybody who wants to generate leads. We'll make that available. But this is just custom made by me in WordPress.
Yep. Okay. So other ideas around QR codes, right? So this is one specific thing, but there are any number of ways you can use QR codes to generate free leads or generate more leads from what you're already doing. I will give a shameless plug for thanks.io. One of the reasons why I love the platform so much for sending direct mail is you can send postcards where there is a QR code on both the front and the back. Yeah. Not only that, the technology that they've set up is so that when someone scans that QR code, you can send them to whatever page you want. A, that's not unusual with QR codes. But B, you immediately get an email that says the person that you mailed this postcard to at this address just scanned your QR code. That is a lead for you, even if they don't do anything on the page that the QR scan takes them to. Right. And so let's use, for example, well, actually, let's tie in an example here, Ryan, and we'll tease. So Ryan recently did a test, and I think we talked about it on this show at some point.
Yeah, I'll show that.
Of recent transactions in Gulfport. I don't remember what episode. Maybe we'll figure that. We'll have to maybe figure that out and add that in the notes after the session. But anyway, it was offering information about the most recent transactions, real estate transactions in Gulfport. And it actually worked to the degree that we're making an end-to-end training around that. And I'm going to be the guinea pig on that in my market here. But 8 scans from how many?
100.
100. So he sent out 100 and 8. That's an 8% response rate, where the industry average is what, 0.5 to 1% for direct mail?
Yeah, 1 to 2 if you're good.
Yeah, if you're good. And if you're not good, like a quarter or 0. You know, I've talked to lots of agents that have been sending postcards using some other service for months and 0. I'm like, well, we We got to do something different, right?
They'll
Like,
eventually get a phone call and they need to take their pictures off. I'm just kidding. But
anyway, point is this. Having the QR code here makes it easier to generate a lead. It makes it easier to get a response. You're increasing the response rate on your marketing, okay? The same as the flyer that Ryan showed, okay? Here are other ways that I've been using QR codes, and then we'll just brainstorm some other things that popped up for me as well. So number one is I've been adding a QR code to Craigslist ads as a standalone image. So just a QR code. And what I should really be doing is using Canva and saying something like, if you're looking at the top right of our screen, don't scan this. Or in this case, scan the QR code below for up to the minute pricing and all photos of the property. Okay. Now, I haven't been doing that. I've just been putting the QR code. Okay. That's number one. Number two, I think what I'm going to try is in CapCut. So my short form video content, I've been doing a lot of that.
Yeah.
In CapCut, I can add an image as a sticker that's a QR code.
Sweet.
And I can say, hey, if you'd like to find out what special financing programs you may qualify for, just scan the QR code over there. Or if you'd like to get our weekly list of smoking hot deals right here in the 717, scan the QR code right there.
You know what's interesting about doing QR codes on a mobile optimized platform like that? Because I've experienced this. You would think that maybe it would be hard for them to scan, but what ends up happening is you grab your wife or a friend and you're like, can I use your phone for a minute to scan this? And then you got
think through the fact
and then you got two people involved and engaged in the thing.
That's true. Okay, well, I'm still gonna try it.
No,
That
do it.
makes a lot of sense.
But track it. Make sure it's trackable. Yep.
If you are using any long form video content, find ways to incorporate a QR code on that. If you're doing long form YouTube videos, even if you don't mention it or it doesn't say anything, people will be curious and scan it. Okay. Include a QR code on your social media cover photos.
Yep.
If you're driving if there's any kind of traffic going to any of those, put a QR code on there. It gives people another way to respond or reply.
I think back in the day, our Reticulous business page, and I've probably done this with other pages, the profile photo on the business page was actually a QR, right?
Yes, it was way back in the day, before they even became, a commonplace, before it was so easy. Back then, you had to have an app that was a QR code reader. Now, I don't know what percentage of phones have it built in, but most people have the QR code reader right in their pocket. Right.
Can I rattle off a few that might not be Free Leads Friday, but just that are popping to mind? Shopping carts, if you've ever used the shopping cart advertisements, any of the offline stuff. Car wraps, which I've been meaning to do for years, but I think my wife won't let me. But if you're wrapping your car in something, a QR could make a lot of sense because people are going to scan if they're sitting behind you at a long light.
Judy, we'll get into this in a minute. That was where I was going to go next. Some simple ways to create them. And explain to the consumer how to use the QR code.
Billboards.
I don't have to explain anymore, Judy. I think the majority of consumers understand that. Ryan, billboard. Now that could be a little scary, because you might want to put in parentheses. Please have the passenger scan this code, not you as the driver. Right? If you're putting it on a billboard.
How about park benches? We have a lot of agents who advertise on benches here. So
plus, I like the car wrap idea. I'm looking at my white Ford Explorer, and if I just put a QR code, a white and black QR code, on either side of the panels, and even if it was just, I didn't even say what it was, right? I don't know, it fits the, it's not obnoxious, let's say, and it would fit the color scheme of my car. A couple other maybe more practical or more. Anthony, you switched from LinkedIn to YouTube?
Good job.
What happened? You commented on LinkedIn and then you hopped over to YouTube. Maybe you subscribed. If so, thank you. Anyway, on your open house flyers, right? I know we kind of mentioned that at the beginning, but if you're doing an open house or you're listing flyers, if you're using info boxes with your listings, you absolutely have to have a QR code on it. Absolutely. You may even want to put a QR code on your sign writers.
Well,
maybe right on your sign. I don't know.
It kills me, but a lot of agents are still using print, which works really well. Newspaper advertising for their open houses, and what you'll see is one picture of the house, and then nothing else. It'll be like, call me.
Yeah.
You could easily, instead of putting pictures of the property, you could have the address and a QR code for each.
QR code and also text JS5805 to this for up to the minute pricing and full details. 100%. There was one other idea, and now it's escaping me. The I don't know. Now, what was Anthony's question there or comment?
He was just saying that you can use your photo app and it'll redirect if you just take a picture.
Right, that's what I was saying. Like if I take my phone and I open up the camera, all I have to do is open up the camera and point it at our QR code on the screen here, and then I can open up, and it just immediately opens up on my phone.
That's for Judy. That's more or less how to do it. So if you feel like your audience doesn't know, just say something like point your phone at this or take a picture of this or something, and it'll. And I think most people know.
If you say scan the QR code, I think that helps. If you feel like you're in a, that might vary a little bit by demographic, geographic areas, etc. Here's a very easy way to create a QR code for basically any web page if you're using Google Chrome. Okay, you can use Canva, and it's pretty self-explanatory. On CRM like KV Core, when you open up a specific listing, maybe I'll show that in a minute as well. One of the additional actions is you can create a QR code for it. But here's a dead simple way. You've got this page open up here. I am showing my screen, right, Ryan?
Yep.
Okay. So right click, and you can create QR code for this page right here. Create QR code. And when I do that, it's a QR code that has like the goofy looking dinosaur in the middle, but who cares? It's a QR code, right? Yep. And then I can download it. And now I can use that on a flyer this is actually how I've been doing it, or how I had been doing it for my Craigslist ads before TC, Tom Bland in California, pointed out to me yesterday when I was doing some training on Craigslist. You can just create the QR code right in KV Core. And since I brought it up, I'll bring it up right now. The problem is when we're live streaming, it takes a minute to load up. But we'll keep talking here as I bring that up and show you how on a specific listing, if you're using KV Core, how that functionality works. The benefit there is the QR code doesn't have the dinosaur in the middle. If for some reason, I don't think that matters.
No,
right?
It doesn't matter.
It's not a big deal. Either way, somehow or another, we've got a QR code. Like we're using, I'll give you other ways. Like we're using QR codes to get donations for my son's baseball team from PayPal and Venmo, and we even have like our little logo in the center of the QR code. So you can get creative with QR codes, but I don't think you have to, right? Like don't let that stop you from just using QR codes in some form or fashion to capture more leads. Oh, here was the other one that I was going to say. If you're still using business cards, you absolutely got to put a QR code and a call to action on the back or whatever. Like I don't really use them. I have them. I don't really use them. But if you are, you definitely want to do that. So if you are using KV Core, if you just click on a listing under the more actions, you can generate QR code right there. And there it is. And then you can download it, or you can screenshot it, save image as, or screenshot it, whatever path you choose there. So do we miss anything QR code wise? And let us know in the comments. Are you going to start using QR codes more in your marketing? Right. Here's another way.
Magnet. Yeah, magnet. I didn't think you didn't have to go for the full wrap. You just ordered a magnet. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Or a decal. Like what I was thinking is a decal. I don't like big magnets because it's just it's like, I don't know, it looks a little tacky, but you can get a decal, which is kind of like in between the wrapping and whatever. I'm just thinking a decal that I slap on my windows, right?
Josh,
the back
another very obvious place is sign riders that we're forgetting.
Yes, so totally.
Somebody's walking by with their dog. You want to put that on the
sign riders, or if you're getting new signs, just put a QR code on your sign. like,
Yeah.
and have an offer there, like a universal offer, right? A sign writer would be specific to that listing, but all of your
Yeah.
signs having a QR code that says, scan the QR code to get our smoking hot deals of the week, or scan the QR code to find out about whatever, right? Some kind of universal offer there on that. It just gives one more easy mechanism to get people coming into your fold in some way, shape, or form.
A little pro tip on the sign writer, so you don't end up having to buy a bunch. If you're using QR codes or even just vanity domain URLs, just use URLs that you can change the redirection on. So, or the QR code. So make it go to say a bit.ly that you can go in and change later, so it goes to another property address.
That's a great point, right?
Yeah.
So you definitely want to if you're doing that on some sort of permanent, permanent thing like a sign, you want to make sure that you have the technology set up so that you can control where that QR code goes.
You can change it.
Yeah, that you have the adaptability there to do that on the fly. All right, put them on stickers and then go put them all over poles downtown. Hey, listen.
Don't scan this.
Yeah,
I would do the don't scan this all over town. That's a good one.
Yep. Or the $100 folded bills where they open it up and it's a QR code. To see how you can make some dough in real estate. Scan here on the inside, something like that. I like that. Get creative. Listen, there's nothing wrong with hustling. Ryan still owns a domain, hustlesauce.com. There's nothing wrong with hustling. Like, get out there and make stuff happen. What else do we have? Anything else? I think
I don't know. We probably missed a few comments, so we can go through there. I feel bad when we don't get to everybody's comments here on the screen. So just an idea. This might be, is this you, Andrew Robinson? Use drone photo with pin drops on houses showing what did you want to know? QR code. Yeah.
No video pin drops. Well, I think that's tying in maybe a postcard idea.
The open house. That was back to the open house stuff. Yep.
Here's great. This is what another thing that's so great about Thanks. The front of a postcard, you can set it up so that it's got a QR code and it's got a street or overhead view of their property. That's attention grabbing. And in fact, we're going to incorporate that in some of the testing that we're doing with me as the test case. Yeah,
I think that's why the scan rate was so high on this, because it's a picture of their house on the right side. And then the sub headline says to see recent properties near that address, because we're merging that all in.
Yeah.
And by the way, there's a listing coming from this. And one of just to share with everybody, what Delia had her assistant, her right hand man guy ever do, he went and dropped the full listing package off at the door.
Okay, so I was actually going to ask that. And since you brought it up, we'll address it on the show. So 100 postcards, 8 scans, and you got to come list me. I was wondering, there was a few things that happened to get to come list me. So was that like, did they do that with all 8 scans? Did they just do why
No,
that?
It was one in particular. They probably could because it's a tight area close to the office, but that was, I believe, an opt-in. I don't know if a phone call happened, but I think it was an opt-in off the landing page and then some interaction over email and text.
Perfect.
Something through KV Core that prompted Delia and Everett to take the next step.
And I'll give you, so the simple way to do that is, and this applies to any lead generation campaign or activity. They scanned a QR code about Gulfport real estate transactions. The follow-up is just, hey, did you get the thing that you asked for?
Yeah.
And do you have any questions?
That's probably the email campaign. I don't even remember what I set up. Yeah. But it's very simple. And then you just mail the updated list once a month.
Exactly.
Easy peasy.
You just send them the updated list of real estate transactions in Gulfport every month. Okay. I actually have to go. I got to get on the road. I got a long story, but I'll have maybe some feedback on this as well. I love this. I have a buddy that owns a lemonade stand, puts QR codes. Maybe you could pay.
I'm getting a tattoo, a QR tattoo on the back.
Oh, there you go. Pay. I don't know why this came into my head, but if you've got if you've got a place where there's a lot of employees, I'm thinking, could you pay for all of the vendors at your local minor league baseball stadium to wear shirts with your QR code. Like, I don't know, find interesting and unique ways to leverage it. I don't know. Anyway, okay, let's go. Let's wrap it up for the week here.
Plugs,
shameless plugs. So we will be documenting the direct mail campaign that we were talking about here towards the end, how you can replicate that. Replicate that. We're just going to leave that on the screen. Replicate that in your own market. We're going to make it as easy to swipe and deploy that in your own market. And I'm going to be the guinea pig for that. That's number one. More coming on that next week. We're going to make that in sort of bite-sized chunks and checklists for you to check out. Ryan added the session with Ernest on real estate AI and chat GPT stuff, and specifically the listing describer. You can check that out on the site. It's just
wakeup.realestate/AI. And I've invited Ernest to just anything he has AI related, because he's going deep down that rabbit hole, which is really cool. That'll just show up on our AI page in the future, but definitely watch his webinar from yesterday.
Yep. We I will this weekend, you'll see some content added to the YouTube channel that if you're bored, you want to get caught up, whatever the case may be, catch up on past sessions. Then we'll be back Monday, same time, same place. Monday is also the Monday Marketing Mastermind that I do at 11, and I'll be doing a deeper dive on short form videos and how to get clients with those. And maybe by then I'll have even tested one that has a QR code in it as well. I'll play around with that this weekend. Thank you all. Like, comment, subscribe, share, smash the bell. If you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, please subscribe, rate, and review. Make it a great weekend, and let us know if there's anything we can do to help. And you know what? We keep forgetting to do this. But I feel like we're giving away enough good stuff here. If you have a client, or you yourself are looking for mortgage financing options, maybe you've been turned down for one reason or another. Maybe you have clients that have been turned down for one reason or another. Maybe you have clients that want to go out this weekend and look at houses, but they haven't been pre-approved. Any of that, give our mortgage team a shot, please and thank you. You can check out that information at the link that's down at the bottom. It's also on our Wake Up Real Estate site. And if you want more information about what we're doing co-marketing wise from the mortgage side with our realtor partners, you can check it out there as well. So the shameless plugs of shameless plugs. Mark says, luck of the Irish be with you today. I agree. And Gianna, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Thank you. Happy St. Patty's Day to you as well. Thank you all for spending time with us.
Thanks,
we are very grateful for those that spend time and comment and and ask great questions and provide great ideas. So keep it coming. Have a great weekend, and we'll be back next week. Thanks, buddy.
See you guys.